Hello, greeting. This is Gillesmansillon who comes to you again today. I wanted there's a very powerful week that is going to be leading this this new moon in Virgo. And so it may be a challenging week, but from what I see in the French reading, very challenging cards that presented themselves. But let us hope for it. It is good to be Stoic. The Stoic philosophy is an old philosophy from before Socrates even. Essentially took root after 3 centuries BC, after Socrates, and with Zeno, and then Epictet, and Marc Aurèle, Seneca, all kind of great Stoic philosophers. The idea is to expect the best, but to be ready for the worst. It means to be ready for anything, no matter what, to take the difficulties of life with ease and grace. And accept the fate and challenges that life offers us, which is not easy because my external conditions are extremely stressful. I'm going to have to move, but Spirit was saying, well, paint rather than pack, and so now it's like I may have to lose all the things from my parents, and I'm going to try to safeguard my paintings to not lose all that, but I'm going to find a way. And so we want to move through that with grace and ease, and so hopefully this will happen well. And it's like it's very, very stressful. There's all kinds of stress that are being applied, and I'm not blaming those who are putting the pressure, for it's part of the process. So I want to bless the whole process, bless it all, bless your body, bless your situation of your life, bless your bed when you wake up in the morning, bless your tea or your coffee, bless the sun, bless the earth, bless the trees, bless the people bless your bills, bless everything, bless your bank account, bless everything. You want to send blessing and love and light to all things, so love can weave. And so in the beginning of the week here we have two cards. It's a tarot that's erotical romantic, it's tarot of Venice, Casanova. So it's a great wonderful opportunity. Is the world. And put two cards for the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday. It is the world, when you're opening to everything of the world, from nothing to everything, the potential of salvation, of being freedom and salvation, and the whole world of. In a sense, it is about people, ideas, and money that flow at one. Everything flow at one to come into this great abundance. The other card is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is it's a move forward, slowly but surely. Everything is moving forward. It is a progress. It is an advance. It is somebody that's been vulnerable but holds the globe of consciousness and keeps moving forward. In the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, for Friday will be the new moon, is we have the Judgment and the Queen of Chalice. The Queen of Chalice is all very sexy in this deck. For nudity, I feel like in this society we have created this diabolical energy around sexuality, and we have banalized violence. Violence is completely acceptable when sexuality and nudity is something that's like completely horrific. When actually it's like before the fall, men and women couldn't be naked, and there was nothing wrong about that. It's like, but there was no violence in the Garden of Eden. Or symbolic, of course, but here it is about being the feminine side of femininity. It is about being able to express your emotion. The more you are able to express your emotion, so that people understand, to be intelligent and wise in the way you express your emotion. Do not express your emotion. It is never the emotion. It's how we relate to them and how we express them. Find a way to express them positively. Let people know how you feel. But the more life will be able to reflect us, the good feelings. And the other card is the card of the Judgment. So the Judgment is about a new beginning. It's about the past making friend with the present, and being able to move into a new future. And at the end of the week, there is it's far more positive in this English reading than it was in French. I have to say the two cards for this new moon and the Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands here is people going through a duel, but it's about defending your values. It's about defending the higher values, to be in valor, to have to stick to your principle. And the other card is the magician. It is the one. It is the card of Mercury. It is the power. It is the understanding that life can be magical, and you hold the key to that magic, to allow the magic to pass through you in trust that your higher self will manifest what you need to manifest. All the advice I'm giving here, when I talk about cosmology and spiritual principles, or those things will not change. Those have been settled long ago at the time of creation, and the eternal truth will always remain the eternal truth. But everything about the advice on behavior in terms of human relationship, I'm trying to offer the highest wisdom. But if you feel at any moment that the situation, your intuition tells you that any moment the situation requires a different attitude or even an opposed attitude, it is your own intuition that you need to follow. Never follow someone else's advice above your own intuition. And sometimes your intuition may lead you to we have decided on a path, and so we're running through that path because that's what, and then our intuition wants us to move away from that path. And it may sound strange because it feels like a deviation, but moving through by following the distraction, something that appears to be a distraction, may be a way to move away from the storm. And if we pass through the storm, then we pass through the storm. It's okay, we get wet and we'll pass through the storm. But sometimes it is a way to avoid the storm. So follow your intuition, your inner guidance. And always it is very important because this inner guidance is trying as much as it can to make your life easy, to make your life, to teach you what sometimes for God doesn't, I'm not really sure God really does care about the comfort of living. What he wants is to build character so we can become eternal creator, we can ascend into the higher realm. I'm going to pull a few cards from the Akash to see what the Akash is revealed to us. The highest wisdom is the angels. The angel is the wisdom of eternity, is the wisdom of life. It is the lightness of life. It is the angels are divine beings of light that are protecting us, guiding us, assisting us, and we want to implicate them in all the circumstances of our life so that we can be as connected to that as possible. As this angelic frequency, this antimatter universe, what we need to understand is Greco-Roman is to utilize the power of astrology, the power of the planets, the power of the gods of mythology to become for those beings who are the great deal of empowerment. They come from an above plane, and to remember your connection to this memory, to this Akash. For I know that myself, I had a lifetime during this time of the War of Troy. It's a small role, but I had played my role in this. I was a mortal being, but I played my role in this story, and I know that's not significant lifetime, but I know I was. So we all had part of this biblical story, of the Greek story. We've been reincarnating through all kinds of situations, and in modern history as well. For you are not those past lives. Those past lives are just aspects of consciousness that we chose to incarnate during a brief moment of time. And now we're synthesizing all that. Then what we need to do is knighthood. It's about blessing the knighthood, blessing the higher value, the bravery. It's about being brave. It's about being honest. It's about being courageous. It's about defending that which is true, that which is good. And the outcome is the high priest or high priestess. So this week will bring us new level of empowerment. It is about regaining those powers that we had in their past life, where we had many psychic powers, and so we want to retrieve that, or even from the higher planes, the incarnation on higher galactic planes. We had incarnation in all kinds of different advanced planets before we even came here, and we want to draw in this energy to us so that we can be assisted by those other higher incarnations, and we want to bring into harmony and harmonization all the lower incarnation that we had in the past. I wanted to speak about Brazil. For Brazil, there is this problem with this big fire in the rainforest, understanding it is the Mother Earth that is crying because it's been abused. And so it is a big sign, and the world understanding that those who are participating in this self-destruction are going to their own demise, they're going to their own self-destruction, and they will learn what they need from there. It's also unifying the whole world in terms of compassion and understanding for need for this forest to be protected, and so it's serving a double purpose. And also very soon we're gonna replant trees, and they will be growing, because of the condition there, they will be regrowing a lot faster than than we believe. And then the first contact will come, we'll get technology, we're going to clean all the ocean, it will happen, the whole restoration of the planets will happen a lot faster than what we can believe once we come into this alignment. Also wanted to talk about the fact that advanced extraterrestrials like Arcturians, Sirians, Pleiadians have to be very, 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 very careful in their relationship to humans. So it's like you can call on, you may call on and you want to integrate those energies, but in terms of the general humanity, every time they're trying to approach humanity, they've been not only rejected but met with great deal of violence, and so for humans is showing himself in terms of the galactics right now as barbarians, as brutal barbarians. So they have a great deal of violence, these military things where they feel they have to confront anybody that's different in order to maintain their power over the population. And so we want to create this inner peace as much as possible to diffuse those tensions, so that even send love and light to everybody in the military, so they can realize the need for putting down the weapons and making peace on the earth. Although soldiers are just responding to orders, they're not they're just mildly responsible for the murder they're committing during those wars. For war is mass murder. But understanding also that for those of us who come from a higher planes, we come from planes that as many of us, millions of us, if you listen to this video, you come from those higher planes, those ships, those higher vibrational frequency, and we come from a plane where it's all about softness, about kindness, about love, about understanding. We're all connected to the great gods of creations. And when we come down here, it's really rough. We have to deal with very difficult situation. And the Archangel Michael was saying, a lot of people, starseeds, are not being able to meet their plans because life is too difficult here. But we want to do, I hope I will be able to fulfill my life plan. If not, then I've done much work anyway, so I feel I'm really, whenever God wants me back, He will call me back and I will face the music, so to speak. We all have to face the music of whatever we've done in any given lifetime. And so, but it's very difficult, so do not judge yourself too rashly, because if you have difficulty, do not be too hard on yourself. Sometimes I see the great ships in the skies. I see they're everywhere. They're like on the higher planes. They're invisible to the human eye, but with the third eye we can see that, and we can see that those in the ships are envious of us that are incarnated down here for this time of transformation of the planet. But for me, it's like they don't really realize how difficult it is to transmute all of this darkness, and so we may be envious of them that are here and that are up there on the ships where everything is grace, beauty, volupté, calm, peace, love, understanding. Everything is. I even came sometimes, I had a really hard emotional days. I came to realize, to feel like I almost regretted that I incarnated in this particular time, because I feel like if I would have chosen to incarnate 100 years from now, all my art, all my ideas would have been accepted by the general public. Well, now it feels like we're still like, but my master guide explained to me that I wanted to feel the shift intensely, and so I had to bite the bullet to feel the depths of the change. And so I'm sure it's serving my soul that I've and even sometimes God talks me about paradise that is coming. I hope it will be during this lifetime, but sometimes I remember my life on paradise, and sometimes I even, like, when I have a hard time, I feel like I almost regretted that I came into the universe, because my life on paradise was so incredible. For I am always there. I can never leave that place, but the part of me that is this consciousness has left this part and has created the disconnection, and disconnection was created to create the expansion, to serve source in this expansion process. So there is really nothing to regret. It's just like sometimes I have to forgive myself for those limitations of feeling. For what we want is to align with impeccability, to be one with the law of perfection, like the crystals, like this little crystal that came from Brazil, this like an amethyst crystal, like the sunlight and empowered, but not the amethyst. The amethyst, like, they don't like the sunlight, but so when you hold crystals in your hand, you feel it's giving you power, it's empowering you, and they help you to assist you in aligning with the impeccability of the crystalline form. For they are very, very powerful, intense being of love and light, and they are very old consciousness. They are the one who control the whole frequency. This crystal collective is controlling the whole pulses of the frequency of the planet, and the crystal their consciousness are being reactivated and elevating, and we can connect to the sacred crystal of Atlantis more and more as we open our mind to it, our third eye, the eye of our mind. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. Behind me is a painting. This is a painting. It's a portrait, and it looks a bit. I really like it, from Matisse. I'm going to try to show some of those paintings for like when I painted a lot of paintings this beginning of the year. This was I've always been very social person. I've always lived in a life where I had a lot of artists around me. I had a lot of women that can inspire me, girlfriends, relationships. And here, since I'm in France, I feel like I live like an hermit. I haven't really been able to find the quality of life that I was looking for here. And so this painting was done from a photograph. It doesn't really look like the model, but it's still a good painting. It's like the model doesn't have this round face, but the painting came out like that, and I think it's really nice. For Picasso, so sometimes it's more the result of the work than the more that has to. Before photography came about, the painting had to be really resemblant to the person, because it replaced photography. It was a symbol of being able to look at his own image through the paintings, but since modern art came about, it's not so much about looking like the Picasso, for instance, in Picasso, looking like the model. For when Picasso painted the portrait of Gertrude Stein, who was a major collector, it was Matisse who introduced her to Gertrude, and for months and months he posed and posed and posed, and for months and months he was reworked on the painting. Finally he said, she doesn't look like her, but I'm not changing it. She's going to have to learn to look like that paintings, because I'm not touching it. So I like those portraits. I'm going to do more and more portraits, and soon I'm going to find real muse to inspire me to work as a model, I'm sure. And this is a painting that looks white, but it is not white at all in many fact. It's a spiral that's blue and silver. It's a double spiral that goes from the center to the outside. And it is a collection of bas-relief, of circles, little circles that are coming out. And the circles symbolize called collective consciousness. The circle represents someone that's being whole. Once you're whole, you're just a circle of eternity, the circle of infinity. You dissolve the individualized consciousness, and everything is unified. So it's like a collective of beings that are whole and that are unified within this oneness, this one collective. It's a very subtle painting. I really like it. I'm going to sing a song and for one more card. I wish you a good week, hopefully it will be painless. Let's call for gentle transition as much as possible. And sing a song first. It's a song about overcoming the difficulties of life. I felt it was appropriate today. It's a song called "We Are the Champions." I've paid my dues, time after time. I've done my sentence but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I have come through. And I need to go on and on and on and on, 'cause we are the champions, my friends. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions, we are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it, and I thank you all. But it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race, and I ain't gonna lose. And I need to go on and on and on and on, 'cause we are the champions, my friends. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions, we are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. Thank you very much. We are the champions. The light workers are the champions of the world. They are really the leading team, and so leadership will soon come into this position of those who have acquired the most light. For it is our responsibility to lead humankind into this new age of light and love and brotherhood and concord and harmony. Well, I wish you a wonderful week, a wonderful. So the card of the day is the Nine of Michael. It is useless to worry. Focus on the happy issue towards which you aspire. Ask the Archangel to free you from all regret, guilt, or worry. So it is very much about letting go of all the old, letting go of self-judgment and to accept to go through the whatever process, this period of test, this period of process, so we can be free and enjoy the freedom that will come once we overcome, we move into this sphere of impeccability, we let go of the old. It's been a long process, and it's the Spirit understand the difficulty of that process, so that's why they're always there in support whenever we are ready to let go of whatever holds us back. Thank you very much. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. I hope you enjoyed those videos, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.